Hello, friends. We have been talking about oceans and rivers. And today I want to show you a picture of a river that I have. And in that river are salmon. Those are a type of fish that swim up the river to lay their eggs. And if you would come here, I will show you a salmon that I have that I got at my local market. That is a salmon. And when the salmon are caught, they go to the market. I'm going to put this salmon down now and read you a book about Sally Salmon. And here she is. This is Sally Salmon Leads the Way Upstream. Let's turn the page. And there we go. Sally Salmon Leads the Way Upstream. We just saw our salmon that I got at the market. Sally and her sister, Sheila, were salmon who lived in a fast-moving stream that connected to the much larger Columbia River, like the river in her painting. The two sisters had grown a lot in recent days, and it almost was their time to head back upriver to lay eggs and spawn little baby fish of their own. It was a long journey, and the two salmon would face many dangers along the way, but they were both determined to make it, just as their own mother had. So when the time was right, the two fish picked up everything and took off up the river, heading to their traditional spawning ground up north. It's where the salmon go every year. It was fairly calm and peaceful at first, but it grew much louder and more chaotic the closer the two fish got to the big river. When they finally reached it, both Sally and Sheila were stunned at how big the river was and how far it stretched. Almost immediately, they realized they were surrounded by countless other salmon. All the salmon were making their way upstream. Not wanting to get separated, Sally and Sheila kept to themselves and swam strongly. But it wasn't long before they met their first obstacle. The bear saw Sally and Sheila, but the two fish were much faster than the bear, and they were able to dart between his legs and escape. The line stretched back to the shore and connected to a pole belonging to a young Native American boy. He was fishing for salmon, just like someone was fishing for the salmon that I shared with you. As Sally looked over Sheila to make sure she was all right, they both they decided to be much more careful for the rest of their journey. And with that, the two salmon continued on their way upstream. They didn't know how far they had to go, but they knew they'd make it if they stuck together. And it looks like they did make it up the stream. And that is the story of Sally Salmon, who leads the way upstream. Thank you for listening, friends. And maybe someday you will have a tasty salmon for your supper. Goodbye.